We start with an interesting admission from Nuno Espirito Santo this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not so close. It's not on a daily basis. So, yeah.
Is that a good thing, though? Or?
No, it's not good. It's not good. I think everybody at the club should be together.
This on the same day that reports in Italy suggest owner Evangelos Marinakis is considering parting company with the Forest boss. Those rumours have been rubbished to talkSPORT, though. Meanwhile, talkSPORT has exclusively spoken to Morgan Gibbs-White this afternoon. You'll be able to watch that in full on the talkSPORT YouTube channel. Now, Premier League action returns to talkSPORT this evening as West Ham host Chelsea. Both sides are still looking for their opening win of the campaign. Enzo Maresca is not expecting an easy ride, though.
All the Premier League games, they are tough, they are difficult. The Premier League just started, so you can see that they are trying to find some solution in the same way we are doing.
Kickoffs live at 8 o'clock. Phil Foden and Rory have both been passed fit for City's clash with Spurs tomorrow. This as Ruben Dias has signed a new contract with City lasting until 2029. The game at the Etihad is live and exclusive to talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. And Eddie Howe says he'd have rather had Alexander Isak in his squad this season than Newcastle air their dirty laundry throughout the summer.
I don't think it had to be this way. It's disappointing that I'm having to sort of discuss it every press conference at length.
Welcome to the Rory Jennings Show on talkSPORT. There has been a huge day of Premier League action. There is so much to get our teeth into. Tottenham Hotspur have been redefined by Thomas Frank. What a performance it was from them in the lunchtime kickoff. They have gone away from home and they have battered Manchester City. Thomas Frank has beaten Pep Guardiola in every possible metric. An amazingly efficient performance from them at the Etihad, and Thomas Frank is doing the business. He is the absolute governor. It is an amazing turnaround, and Tottenham were worthy winners. They beat Manchester City away from home 2-0. Brentford also got a massive result, a huge result against the weirdly lackluster Aston Villa. They beat them 1-0 at the G-Tech, but Aston Villa fans, I really want to hear from you. What is going on? 03717 223344. Burnley got a vital win at Turf Moor. They beat fellow promoted team Sunderland 2-0. Bournemouth beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0, but the focus has to be on the game that has just finished at the Emirates as Arsenal ran out 5-0 winners against Leeds United. The only concern, it's a perfect night at the office for Arsenal fans, for anyone connected with the club. The only area of concern is, ahead of that game against Liverpool, Bukayo Saka going off injured. Remember, we are now live on YouTube and also on your smart TV, so come and see me in our brand new studio in full HD. But now, it's all about you, your opinion, so give us a call, 03717 223344 to air your views to the nation on the Rory Jennings phone-in show on talkSPORT. Wait to get stuck into this, and I really do want to hear from you. Arsenal fans, you've got to be over the moon with what you saw. Tottenham fans, you've got to be over the moon with what you saw. Man City fans, how concerned are you? It felt like you were well beaten by Tottenham Hotspur at the Etihad, and I really do want to hear from you. Get in touch, 03717 223344. You could be airing your views to the nation live on talkSPORT. Before we go to the lines, and I know that we have to do that immediately, before we actually do that, though, I'm going to deviate from my running order, and I'm going to just quickly mention Coventry City 7-1 victory over Queen's Park Rangers. Super Frank doing the business, an incredible result. And poor old Rangers, another humbling defeat for them. I'm delighted with what's going on. And it's a joy to see Frank Lampard doing the business at Coventry City. We're now going to go straight to the phone lines. They have lit up. We have Wayne, the Arsenal fan, live on talkSPORT. How are you, sir?
Hello, mate. You doing okay?
Oh, not as well as you. You've got to be over the moon with that.
Oh, definitely. Before I get on to the Arsenal, though, just with the Coventry result there, they also bought their own stadium today.
Yeah, huge. Actually, like momentous day for the club. Yeah, momentous day for the club.
My dad's a big Cov supporter, you see, so I've got to follow him.
Really? Yeah, no, it really is a huge day, and then obviously
Brilliant.
to celebrate that day, to tip that day off with a 7-1 resounding victory against the mighty Queen's Park Rangers is a delight.
5-0 at half-time, they were.
Yeah, I know. It was fantastic. And obviously the Lampard rivalry with Queen's Park Rangers runs very deep.
Way
so it was a
back.
joy.
Yeah.
It was a joy to see. What about Arsenal, Wayne? You've got to be inspired by what you saw.
I'll tell you what, I honestly believe it's going to be our defence that takes us through this year.
Yeah.
They are looking absolutely solid. And he's bringing off both full-backs, putting on new ones, no drop-in consistency from them. The defence is on point at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. Do you know, I thought this last week, when Arsenal went to Old Trafford and won in the way that they did, like it was a good win, and I think a lot of people were being quite scathing about Arsenal, quite sneery about the performance. I thought that from an Arsenal perspective, it was a perfect victory. You went away to Old Trafford, and you're the only team in the country that can win at Old Trafford in the way that you did.
Yeah, and how many times have we been to Old Trafford and outplayed them and come away with a 2-0 loss or 2-1 or something like that? I'm really, really happy with how the United game went. I know United fans are as well, and that shows where they are. But with the performance, the 3 points, and then to go out and do what they did today against Leeds was brilliant.
Wait, can I ask you your thoughts, Wayne, about Arteta? Like, I got a little bit of stick on this show. I got a little bit of stick on this very show last week when I basically said that whilst I concede that Mikel Arteta has done very well at the club, he has taken the club on, he's moved them in the right direction, he has turned Arsenal into a serious football club again. Last year, I was genuinely having sleepless nights that you were going to win the European Cup. That is because of the brilliance of Mikel Arteta. He has changed the club into a serious club. However, now the transfer window has been very impressive. Kroenke's put his hand in his pocket. All of the areas of the squad that needed rectifying have been rectified. If you now end the season without a European Cup or a Premier League title, how is that gonna portray Mikel Arteta in your eyes?
I think it all depends on how it goes. If we lose out to a point to Liverpool, say, who have also had an absolute brilliant transfer window and are the current champions, if we lose out to a point, it's going to be hard to take. But Mikel Arteta is doing the right things. He's improved every season. Yes, last year the improvement was only getting to the Champions League final, but it was an improvement on the year before. And if he improves again this year, then it is going to bring a trophy home.
Right. And overall today, in terms of the play, so I've said there that he's had the players brought in that he needs. You needed a bit of creative spark, you signed Eze. You needed a goal scorer, you signed Gyökeres. You already had the best defence in the league last year.
Yep.
Gyökeres on the score sheet. What do you reckon?
Oh, but brilliant. The penalty, I would have loved to have seen Dauman take it. Yeah. To be honest, 4-0 up. We made it about him today, and I would have loved to have seen him take the penalty. But Gyökeres, we need the numbers off him. So, big
day, big day for you, Wayne. Big day for you.
Definitely. It's just a pity about Odegaard and Saka. I'm waiting to hear how long.
Yeah, I mean, there is a huge clash waiting around the corner for you. So if those two can find fitness, then I mean, it's going to
one of them. If we get one of the two of them back fit for the game, I will be feeling confident.
Would you throw Eze in the deep end, that fixture?
I think
the Liverpool fixture
on the left anyway. I think our front three is Eze, Gyökeres, and Saka.
Oof, mate, it's going to be big.
Front three, and Madueke can come on for Saka when he's had 4-0 up today. Would have been perfect. Take Saka off, put Madueke on. We've got it on the other side. We can take Eze off. We can put Trossard. We can put Martinelli, although I do think he will leave before the end of the window. I think him not coming on at all today was very telling.
Yeah, a big day for Arsenal, no doubt. Thank you very much for your call there, Wayne. Really do appreciate it. Arsenal fans, I want to hear from you. How inspired are you? How invigorated are you? Do you believe that you have what it takes to go one better than you've gone over the previous 3 seasons and actually win a league title? 03717 223344. I really do want to hear from you. We're now going to go back into the phone lines and we're going to talk. We're going to change direction entirely. And I imagine that this call is going to feel very sombre compared to the upbeat nature of Wayne. We're going to speak to Will, the villain. How are you, Will?
Well, humble to say the least, mate. Humble to say the least. Hope you're well.
Yeah, very well, very well. Thank you for getting in touch. Very interested to hear what you have to say about this because I rate Unai Emery so highly. I think that the direction that Aston Villa have been travelling in since he arrived at the club, the shift from Steven Gerrard into Unai Emery, it was just like chalk and cheese, wasn't it? And I think Emery is... I'd go so far as to say that I believe that Emery is top 3, top 4 managers in the Premier League. And this has surprised me. Yeah,
I am one of Emery's biggest fans. As you could probably imagine, in our fan base, there is people, as soon as we go 1-0 down, it's Emery out, which is absolutely ridiculous. They seem to fail to remember what he's done for the club and how much he controls the club. But I can't help but think he's got the lineup and the starting wrong the last 2 games. Pre-season, we was starting with Marlon on the wing, on the right-hand side, McGinn in the middle. And we was having a solid outfit, a solid game, every single game. But then it comes to the Premier League, and all of a sudden, we've got McGinn on the wing, Marlon on the bench, Digne left back, which obviously that's where he plays, but we've also got Maatsen, the Newcastle game. Why he put Digne against Alanga instead of Maatsen, I'm not being funny. You do not face pace with lack of pace. Yeah. That completely blew my mind. But today, I don't know what it is. Last season, I was a big fan of Mings, a big fan of Torres. But today, they just didn't seem to communicate at all. When Torres came on, I was like,
no, it doesn't make sense. You know, it's the first time I was going through Marylebone Station today, and there was a lot of Aston Villa fans, disgruntled Aston Villa fans, on their way home from the game, and I got chatting to one of the fellas, and he basically said that everything is going wrong. Like I didn't realise that the mood felt so flat amongst Aston Villa fans. You know, like when I think about what Aston Villa did last season, they were a Rizla paper away from qualifying for the Champions League. They were cruelly robbed, actually, at Old Trafford.
Yes,
Remember
when
Bayendier came out and he made a pig's ear of that situation, and a goal was ruled out that would have taken Aston Villa into the Champions League.
Yes, 100%. That Gabby should be getting a reply back from the PGMOL, let's be honest, because he has a very, very good point with his letter. And we should 100% be hearing back from them, and that should 100% be looked into. But it is what it is. We can't grumble on the past. We have to look at what's ahead of us, and it's going to be a tough season, very tough season.
Why do you think it's going to be so tough? Like, how are you losing at Brentford? Whatever you believe, whatever's going on, and the ramifications of not making it into the European Cup last season, or whatever else, you're better than Brentford, aren't you? Like, you should be going away to Brentford and dictating and winning that game comfortably.
Yes, we are. I get a lot of hate off other Villa fans because I say that Watkins, even other clubs fans, I say that Watkins is overrated. He had one good season.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He had one good season where he had in the 20s goal-wise, and then it was like 15, 14. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, he's a bang average striker at best, and he had a good season.
Is he loved at Villa Park?
Yes, he is. He is loved.
Right.
Simply for what he did.
What do you think moving forward, though? Are you feeling like your next game now becomes a must-win? Are you feeling upbeat about the season?
No, I'm not feeling upbeat about the season, I will be honest. I'm a realistic Villa fan. I'm not one of these that thinks we're going to win every game, thinks that we're going to win the Champions League every season. I'm realistic, and I'll see how it is, and I'll say how it is.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough season. I'll be happy with top 8.
Okay.
I was speaking to my local landlord today, and he said that he'll be happy with top 10.
Gosh, I'm really surprised.
He's a Villa fan as well.
I am really surprised to hear that. Will, thank you so much for your call. Insightful stuff there from an Aston Villa perspective. I really do appreciate that. Arsenal fans, I want to hear from you. 03717 223344. Villa fans, get in touch. Do you agree with what Will had to say there? And Tottenham fans, I imagine that you are over the moon with that outrageously brilliant performance at the Etihad. Get in touch. 03717 223344. You could be on talkSPORT next. song drives me mad. I can't bear it. It's so misleading. You can't sing about North London forever when you haven't been in North London forever. It makes absolutely no sense. Winds me up. Shouldn't, but it does. This is what happens when you reach a certain age. Things that shouldn't matter really do. We're going to go straight back to the phone lines now and talk to an elated Arsenal fan, I'm sure. Stephen, sir, you're live on talkSPORT.
Hello, mate.
How are you? Yeah, can hear you. You just out of the ground?
Yeah, delighted with the result. One to say, really. I am not bothered about Man City, probably not that bothered about Liverpool. I'm slightly worried about Thomas Frank and Tottenham. Hate to say it, mate.
You're more worried about Tottenham than you are Liverpool?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're well organised, committed. Each player knows what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it.
You're calling up and you're telling the nation that you're worried about Tottenham winning the league?
Well, not win the league, but they're going to be up there, I think. City are finished, I think. City are done. I think City are relying on the last 5 or 6 years of being really good. But I think Guardiola's been there too long. Some of their players have been there too long. I think they're done.
Right, and what about Liverpool?
Liverpool, we'll see. Lots of new players. I mean, we've got lots of new players as well. We'll see how they go. But I think, I'm not scared of Tottenham, but I think I'm wary of them. Let's put it that way.
This is baffling, but thank you very much for your call, Stephen. I appreciate it. Interesting angle there, if genuine. It'd be great now to speak to George. George, Aston Villa fan. We've just spoken to Will. I don't know if you heard that call, but Will was very insightful and talking in quite a somber tone about the aspirations of Aston Villa this season. Does his approach chime with yours?
Yeah, it's very much the same. It's just very poor from Villa. And by the way, Roy, I'm a big fan of you from the overlap and what you do on YouTube and stuff as well.
Oh, it's rare that I hear that, so I appreciate it massively, George. Thank you.
But just getting on with Villa, it's going to be a struggle this season. I think this is like one of the worst starts of the season we've had. There's a stat I've just read, and in 23 years in the Premier League, this is the first time we've gone without scoring in 2 games, the first 2 games. I mean, that just says crazy. Says after the game, we need players. And I don't think you can blame on the players or PSR when we've got Marlon fit on the bench ready. You've got Gisant ready on the bench ready to come on. You've got Matson on as a wing-back. It just don't make sense. And I think you can't just blame PSR. I know we are really struggling with PSR. And I get that.
Do you know what I saw?
We have got answers.
George, do you know what I saw? You had 2 shots on target today.
Yeah, it's worrying. It's really worrying. I think if Marlon comes on or starts that game, like we played McGinn. I know we've played McGinn last season, the right hand wing, but it's Brentford. They're a slow team. Why don't we get Marlon, get some pace, and go at them?
Yeah, I can't understand it. What do you think? Where do you pin the blame here? Like Unai Emery is untouchable. Is that fair to say at Aston Villa?
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever ask for Unai Emery to be sacked for what he's done at the club. We can never go wrong. You know, he's done great things for us, and he's also had some games like today where you do question his tactics, but it's very rare that he does.
Yeah, I just can't understand it, because everything that we've known about Aston Villa since he went in there has been impressive, hasn't it? You've been moving in the right direction. Obviously into the Champions League, doing very well in the Champions League. Your next fixtures, you've got Crystal Palace at home.
Yeah,
that's a must-win fixture, that, isn't it?
And they're our bogey team as well. But this is the annoying thing. Knowing us, we'll probably beat Crystal Palace, and it's like away from home. We play off the front foot, and we just like to, calm the game and try and keep a clean sheet, and that's it. But at home, we're a completely different team. We ain't lost a game domestically at home for a year now, and it's like away, we're a completely different team. We're not intense enough. Too many players just look lazy and just flattened by the whole summer transfer window. It's gone. Like Ramsey, just get on with it. Yeah.
Be very interesting. Be very interesting to see how it goes for Aston Villa. But a worrying result today. George, thank you very much for your call. Really do appreciate that. I can't quite get my head around it, Aston Villa. I thought that they were going to have a good season. I think Unai Emery is a genius manager. The club, it's a big club, it's a big institution of football, and I expected so much more from them this season. A worrying start for Aston Villa. Any Aston Villa fans who have any insight to share on this. I really do want to hear it from you. 03717 223344. That's a number that Mohammed's called. Mohammed, the Arsenal fan, you're live on talkSPORT, sir.
Yes.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, sir.
All right, nice one, Rory. Firstly, Rory, I appreciate your honesty and your content.
That's very kind of you.
You criticise Arsenal really well, and, you know, you're a Chelsea fan, right?
I am.
And you've got a chance. You're building a super-duper team at the moment, but you can see the progression that Arsenal and Arteta is doing. Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like Arteta's...
Emery, but he's not cooking like Arteta is cooking. The additions, the reinforcements we've had this season are unbelievable. This is a performance, okay, against Leeds. Just come up again, promoted, but not up to the level, and we absolutely battered them.
Yeah.
Without Kai, without Eze.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Odegaard get injured, it might be another kind of weird blessing in disguise, because everyone has opinions about Odegaard. He had a terrible season last season, but he was brilliant as a captain and as an offensive midfielder prior, right?
Yeah. What's your opinions on that debate, by the way?
Arteta needs to Sorry?
What's your opinions on the Odegaard debate, Mohammed?
It's a tough one, because I love the guy and what he's done for the club. But I'm seeing a decline in confidence and skill and threat of progressive, penetrative passes. That's what I'm seeing. Gyökeres needs that, over the top or down, but we need to see more. I want to see him be given a chance. I think he needs to be given a 3 to 4 month chance, and then Arteta needs to make the deal. The move happened, that Eze takes that slot.
Eze becomes the number 10?
Yeah, 100%.
And Martin Odegaard then has to fight for his place?
Exactly.
Very awkward conversations.
Madueke is good. Martinelli's done. Sorry, but can I just say this, Rory, right? Great performance. It's Leeds, so we're not going to get too excited. But with respect to Leeds, guess where I watched this, Rory?
Tell me.
In Leeds.
Did you?
I'm the only Arsenal-wearing shirt in my local. Right?
Keeping a low profile, I hope.
Strong Leeds angry fans. And I couldn't help but celebrate every goal, besides the last penalty. Max Dowman, if you can hear me, if you ever hear this, don't do that kind of stuff ever again. Please.
Mohammed, can I ask...
Never a pen. Don't do that, Max.
Mohammed, your next fixture is Liverpool. You've started the season almost perfectly. You put in a resilient performance at Old Trafford and got the victory, and you just smashed Leeds United to bits. Your next fixture is Liverpool. It could potentially be season-defining, third game into the season. Are you feeling confident about that one?
Yes, 100%.
What about if Saka's
100%.
injured?
That is a problem. That is a big problem. And it does look like it was a bad injury, but I hope, and guess what? We have a stacked team right now of talented youngsters. We've got Ethan and we've got Max. Even if Liverpool get Isak, I still feel Arsenal have a big shout to win the Prem this season. Can you call me deluded, Rory?
No, I don't call you deluded. I think that you're certainly capable of winning it. I think that you're one of the two teams that are realistically likely to win the league. I don't know if you're my favourite, though.
Why?
Because I think that Liverpool are the champions. They're the champions for a reason. They won the league by 10 points last year. They've strengthened brilliantly. And I wonder about Mikel Arteta. I think he's done a remarkable job. Don't get me wrong. I genuinely do. I think he's done a remarkable job at the club. But I'm not sure that he is the clincher.
Okay, so based on that, what about his decisions on the starting 11 today? He took off Martinelli for Madueke and Ben White for Timber. Brilliant, necessary decisions, right?
Correct, I agree.
Because Timber cooked. Timber was unbelievable today.
Again,
right?
I agree.
2 goals and an assist. Are you joking?
No, I agree. Wait, you need to consult your OED for the word agree. I said I agree.
I'm just talking generally, not you.
Right.
Not you, yeah? But I had to get...
Well, there we go.
Everyone we can, if we play well, if Declan Rice is on it, Zubimendi has been one heck of a signing, right?
Yeah.
Right. If Madueke played well today.
He did. He went off to a standing ovation as well. Very impressive from him and very impressive from you, Mohammed. I massively appreciate your call. Thank you so much for giving me a ring. And you too could follow in Mohammed's footsteps and be live, speaking to the nation, giving your thoughts on today's Premier League action. 03717 223344. Still to come on talkSPORT this evening. It's the best boxing show on the radio. It's Fight Night. Before then, it's still about you, your views on Arsenal's huge 5-0 win against Leeds this evening. And just want your thoughts on Bukayo Saka. If he is missing from that game against Liverpool, what does it mean? Liverpool fans, are you at all worried about this new look Arsenal team that you're going to be facing next Sunday? And Tottenham fans, obviously, I want to hear from you. An amazing victory. Thomas Frank has revolutionised that club. I think he's done remarkably well. He is the governor. He deserved the opportunity. He was head and shoulders above anyone else at the Etihad. Keep your calls coming into us. 03717 223344. This is the Rory Jennings Show on talkSPORT.
We start with an interesting admission from Nuno Espirito Santo this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not so close. It's not on a daily basis. So, yeah.
Is that a good thing, though? Or?
No, it's not good. It's not good. I think everybody at the club should be together, but it's not a reality.
This on the same day that reports in Italy suggest owner Evangelos Marinakis is considering parting company with the Forest boss. Those rumours have been rubbish to talkSPORT, though. Meanwhile, talkSPORT has exclusively spoken to Morgan Gibbs-White this afternoon, who's told us issues away from the pitch prompted him to stay in the East Midlands over moving to Spurs.
A really difficult period for me and my fiancée. Obviously, having my second child, but there was a few complications with all of that. And I believed in being professional, showing up every day.
You'll be able to watch that in full on the talkSPORT YouTube channel. Now, Premier League action returns to talkSPORT this evening as West Ham host Chelsea. Both sides are still looking for their opening win of the campaign. Enzo Maresca's not expecting an easy ride in East London.
All the Premier League games, they are tough, they are difficult. If you remember the game at home last year was a difficult game for us. They defend very well. Tomorrow I expect exactly the same. And again, the Premier League just started, so you can see that they are trying to find some solution in the same way we are doing.
Kickoffs live at 8 o'clock. Phil Foden and Rory have both been past fit for City's clash with Spurs tomorrow. This as Ruben Dias has signed a new contract with City lasting until 2029. The game at the Etihad is live and exclusive to talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. And Eddie Howe says he'd have rather had Alexander Isak in his squad this season than Newcastle air their dirty laundry throughout the summer.
I don't think it had to be this way. It's disappointing that I'm having to sort of discuss it every press conference at length and taking away from, as I said, the football. We've got Liverpool coming up in 2 days' time, 3 days' time, and that's going to be a tougher game without having any distraction around us.
He'll be without the striker for Monday's visit of Liverpool, of course the club with which he's been heavily linked this summer. Hear that one exclusively live on talkSPORT.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to the Rory Jennings show on talkSPORT. It was a huge day of Premier League action. We saw Thomas Frank's Tottenham go to the Etihad and batter Manchester City. Thomas Frank got everything right. He beat Pep Guardiola on every possible metric. There was a massive, massive win for Arsenal at the Etihad and a terrible day at the office for Aston Villa. We are going to go straight back to the phone lines. Make sure that you get in touch. I really do want to hear from you, regardless of who you support. 03717 223344. Let us welcome in now Steve, the Liverpool fan. Steve, honoured to talk to you, sir. How are you feeling about everything that you saw today?
Yeah, hi. I'm a first-time caller. I've listened to talkSPORT for years, and I really enjoy the show.
Nice to talk to you.
I just thought I'd ring in and talk with Arsenal fans. It's the same thing every year with Arsenal fans. They're the most deluded fans, I would say, in the Premier League.
You're a Liverpool fan, right, Steve?
Yeah.
How do you feel your season's going to go? Do you feel like you're going to retain the Premier League? First time you would have retained a title since the mid-'80s, right?
I'm a bit dubious about our back four because I think we need to change Canate. I think the first game you struggled really bad. I think we need to get Mark Gay to replace him because I don't think him and Van Dijk can play together. And I'm quite excited about this new Italian boy, the youngster. He looks really good.
Right. And what you feel like Arsenal fans are getting slightly ahead of themselves? Is that the issue? You've seen them beat Manchester United in a resilient way. You've seen them batter Leeds United, but you feel like their fans are perhaps getting slightly ahead of themselves.
Well, I liked Arsenal for years, even when Fergie was managing United. I always liked Arsenal the way they play football. For the last couple of years, they think they have the right to win the league every year. They sign one player, like they bought Gabriel Saliba. We're going to win the league now. Our defence is better. They come up short. Then they bought Declan Rice. Oh, we're going to win the league again. Come up short again. And it's the same again on this year. Now they got Eze and Corcoles. They're saying Spurs are going to be their main challengers. I just can't understand how they can come up with that comment, knowing full well Liverpool won the league easy last year. And bought even better players to go straight into the first 11 to improve that side again.
Yeah, Liverpool won the league by 10 points, and they've had a very impressive window themselves. We're going to bring in Tommy now, Steve. We're going to speak to Tommy, the Arsenal fan. Tommy, you've been listening to that?
Yeah, I listened to it. What part of Liverpool are you from?
Let's focus on your team momentarily before I introduce you to Steve. You've got to be over the moon with what you saw today.
Yeah, there's still room for improvement. The first 30 minutes, 40 minutes wasn't good. Could still see they're getting back. The signings are getting used to each other. And then, kind of kicked in. Got a goal from the corner as we do. And, happy striker got his goal. So, onwards and upwards.
And what do you think overall, Tommy, in terms of your aspirations this season? Do you feel like you're going to win the league?
Yeah, for the last 4 years, to everyone else, we've meant to win the league. Do you know what I mean? So that's where the entitlement comes from for what Steve says of how we expect to win. We don't expect to win. We hope to win. I hope to win personally. I don't expect every pundit for the last 4 years since we've come second is Arsenal has to win it. Last year, Arsenal needed to win it because Man City didn't win it. Well, it doesn't make no sense. You have to earn to win it. Liverpool earned to win it last year, and we have to earn to win it this year. And we have a much better squad. This is the first year that I'm going to say that we've got the best chance. If not, we should win it. Yeah. Look at our squad last year that we was expected to win it. We had Sterling. We banged in Sterling as a squad player, and we was expected to win it. And because we didn't win it, Arsenal... It's just the entitlement is crazy. Let's just look at the facts. Now we've got a squad. Now we've got 2 players for every position. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you are capable of winning it, and I think that Arteta has assembled a squad. There is now no way out. He's got the squad he needs. He's got the magic in Eze. He's got the striker in Gyökeres. It's now game on, and on some level the pressure's on. Steve, you still listening?
Yep.
What did you make of what Tommy had to say there?
Yeah, well, first of all, you don't have to be from Liverpool to support Liverpool. I've supported Liverpool since I was 2 years of age. And I'm 48 now, so I've supported Liverpool for 46 years. But like I said, I've always liked Arsenal, and I like the way they play football. If we didn't win the league, I'd like Arsenal to win the league because I've always respected Arsenal as a team.
So what's your reason? You just feel that there's a slight sense of entitlement? Is that the issue?
Well, one of my best friends is an Arsenal fan, and he's saying every year, we got Rice, we win the league. We got Saliba, we win the league. We got. I do think they got a really good chance this year. If Liverpool don't win it, Arsenal will push us all the way. I think it's only Arsenal who can push Liverpool this year.
Yeah,
Spurs. I think Spurs will probably fall a bit short squad-wise.
A bit short. Look, I think Tottenham did really well. You're the second person today who has called in and said that Tottenham are sort of on the precipice here of a title race. Like, they had a really impressive result today.
Stop it.
Yeah. Tommy, help me out.
Pull it back. Come on, let's pull it back. They've already showed us they're Spursy. They've already showed us. They went 2-0 up. They draw 2-2. They lost on penalties. They're back. Let's not worry about them. And Postecoglou smashed them 4-0 last year. It means nothing. Let's just do the whole season and we'll see where Tottenham are. I'm not worried about Tottenham. I'm worried about Liverpool and I'm worried about Chelsea. I'm not even worried about City. I'm worried about Liverpool and Chelsea. That's the other, and I've only got Chelsea mates. That's why. So they can't be doing it. But with Rice, another thing with Rice as well. What is this fascination as well? What is this fixation? This craziness that he has to push up. His whole school apprenticeship was playing as a centre back, right? And then he got put into a CDM, and then now it's all of a sudden Rice has got to score more goals. No, some games he runs around and I look at him and think, what is he doing? Where's he running? Where's he going? And there's gaps where he just put him back. Zumbamendi, he can put a bit forward, put Rice back. Why does he have to be a number 8? Where's this come from?
Yeah, no, I think it's just because of the talent, Tommy. I think it is just because of the talent. It's because we know how good Declan Rice can be. I think that people expect so much from him. But that was very interesting, lads. Thank you very much for the call. That's Steve from Liverpool and Tommy from Arsenal. Really interesting stuff there. I'm inclined to agree more with Tommy. I think that Arsenal are on the precipice of something here. I think they have the team for it. They undoubtedly have a team that's capable of winning the league. All of the holes in the squad have been filled. They already had the best defence in the league last year. They conceded less goals than Liverpool, and now they've added some magic. Do they have the manager? That is going to be the take. Do they have the manager? We're now going to go back into the phone lines and we're going to speak to Mark, the Tottenham fan. Mark, twice today, and I've only been on air for 45 minutes. Twice today, I have heard that Tottenham have been spoken about very glowingly. People are talking about Tottenham as dark horses and all that. You're a Tottenham fan. Is there any truth to it whatsoever?
Hello, mate. Nice to speak to you. No, I definitely don't feel that we're on the precipice of a title challenge. If we had owners that were serious in the transfer market, like Arsenal, then maybe. I just wanted to say, really, that it's so nice having a technician in the dugout. I think Frank's so tactically astute. Don't get me wrong, I got caught up in the emotion of everything in May, and I was gutted when Ange left, and I was adamant that he deserved another chance. However, once the decision was taken, I think Frank was the perfect man for the job. I think the midfield was superb today. I thought Sarr was superb. He sort of really emerged as like a main man in the team.
Sarr was immense. I thought Sarr's performance today, I think two players deserves massive amounts of credit. There was credit to be given out to basically every Tottenham player, I thought. But I thought Sarr, and do you know what? Not often I say this either. I thought Richarlison shone. I thought he led the line with heart and fire and was desperate for the win. It's a thankless task up there on your own away at City, and I thought he did a really good job.
The only thing with Richarlison, Rory, is before you even consider his ability, it's just his fitness record. He's just always injured. If he can string sort of 10 games together, then I'll possibly consider him as one for the future. Shout out to Jed Spence as well. People obviously he's playing out position. He's a right back. He's had to mark Kvaratskhelia. Today he was up against not Doku, whoever's on the right wing. And he just looks absolutely superb, and he gives you something going forward as well. We're fifth, more than likely, in most seasons now to nab a Champions League spot.
You got a chance here. You got a chance. Do you know what it is? It's such a great example. I feel like it's such an obvious example. If you appoint a serious manager, you immediately become a serious club. Like all those false starts that you had. Villas-Boas, Tim Sherwood, one day Ramos, Antonio Conte, false start after false start. Jack Santini, Christian Gross, the list goes. Clive Allen, the list goes on and on and on. That's
finally
got it right.
It's only 2 games. We've got to caveat it. We need obviously some help in the transfer market. I just feel that Villa, Villa have massively overspent on wages the last couple of years, haven't they? Hence why they're struggling. They gambled on getting in the Champions League last year. Looks like that's backfired. Newcastle, the future's a little uncertain. I personally think he's up to stay, and as it usually happens, he'll settle down. It'll all be forgotten come October, November, so there'll be a threat. United as well. I think it'll probably be a battle between the three of us for the 5th spot.
And I think that certainly managerially, I feel like you're in the driving seat there. I think that you've appointed the right man. Whatever you say about Daniel Levy, and I appreciate the criticism that Tottenham fans have towards Levy. I generally back them entirely on their gripe with the ownership and ENIC and Levy. But the appointment of Thomas Frank was the correct one. It was the right one. It was the wise one. They could have got caught up in the emotion of Postecoglou, but they really did make the right decision. And as a result, Tottenham have now played 2, won 2, scored 5, conceded none, and won at the Etihad already. It's a massive day. I appreciate your call massively, Mark. Thank you very much. Make sure that you give me a ring, 03717 223344. I could be taking more of your calls next on the Rory Jennings Show on talkSPORT.
yards. Richarlison's away. He is down the right-hand side, a long ball, and he's got Johnson in the centre. He's going to give it to Johnson, who arrives and smashes it beyond the goalkeeper. The offside flag is up, though, but they have given the goal because it was onside. Just and Tottenham lead at Manchester City once again. Oh, given away stupidly by Trafford. Here's Richarlison. This should be 2-0. Polinia, it is 2-0. It's terrible from Trafford. It's a meltdown from Manchester City, and Tottenham Hotspur take full advantage.
Well, he's looked nervy, hasn't he, right from the start of the game, James Trafford. He didn't get away with this one, it's awful.
Well, everybody was laughing at Spurs this week. They ain't laughing now.
And it's Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0. Marcus Tavernier with a goal after only 4 minutes.
It's Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0. Dango Ouattara on his debut.
Great start for Brentford. Aston Villa really in trouble.
Burnley have sealed it here at Turf Moor.
Burnley 2, Sunderland 0, and it's Jadon Anthony. This place is rocking.
Up steps Gyökeres and slams it into the bottom left-hand corner. A ferocious penalty from the Arsenal front man. It was fired off his right foot. The crowd have gone berserk. It's Arsenal 5, Leeds 0.
That is how Saturday sounded on talkSPORT. This is the Rory Jennings phone-in show, and that was it. That was what has got our blood racing. What a great day of action it was. We're going to go straight back to the phone lines now, and we're going to speak to Dylan, the Arsenal fan. Dylan, you've just seen your team win 5-0 at home. How are you feeling?
Oh, Rory, we're going invincible again.
Oh, God.
This is happening again. Oh, no, Rory, I'm going to be honest. I'm 23. I didn't actually see Henry and all them boys. I pretend I did. But there's something about this team that just gets me excited. I was running around doing Gyökeres' celebration. I'm 23 years old.
Yeah, people need to stop that. that needs to be nipped in the bud. That needs to be nipped in the bud immediately.
No way, never. There's something about this team that just gets you excited and gets you loving football again with Arsenal. Now, I know for the last, 2-3 years, it's been second place, but you asked me 6 years ago when I was in school, getting pelters from everyone about Arsenal being the banter team of every generation. I'll take this every day of the week.
No, look, you're playing very well. I think that you've set up brilliantly. You haven't conceded a goal yet. You scored 5 goals at home. You got a really good result last week at Old Trafford.
What do you think stops us? What stops us winning the league?
I think that Arsenal are capable of accruing a really serious points tally in excess of 90 points. The problem that I think Arsenal have is that I don't believe that 90 points is going to be enough to win the league. I think that ultimately Liverpool are going to do something magnificent. They were 10 points ahead of you last year. So they had a 10-point cushion on you, and they've improved at least as well as you have.
But do you think their defence is not shaky? I'm looking at their defence. They're one injury away from crisis.
Yeah, the defence is an issue, but I think that they have enough goals in that team to get them through. I think that the manager is a genius, and I also believe that Mark Gahey's going to end up a Liverpool player.
See, this is where I think our opinion differs. I don't know if Mark Gahey's at the level to take you to another title.
Oh, mate. Mark Gahey's England's best defender. Do you agree with that?
I mean, Stones on his day is better.
Stones on his day, but I think if the first name on the team sheet for England at centre-half now has to be Mark Gahey. Mark Gahey is fit and dependable. Mark Gahey shone for England last year in Germany. He's been a bit like guiding Crystal Palace to their first ever trophy. He's been a remarkable player, Gahey, and I think Gahey going in to Liverpool to learn from Van Dijk, to partner Van Dijk to become the complete player. You know, sometimes you see a player like almost redefined when they start playing with an icon. Gary Cahill, pre and post his partnership with John Terry, he became a far better player. Whatever you think Gahey's frailties are, and I don't agree with them, by the way, but 2 years playing with Van Dijk, he's going to become flawless.
No, definitely. But listen, he's going to get better playing under Van Dijk. But if you look at, what the old saying, defence wins titles, there's not a better defence I've seen in my time watching football than this Arsenal defence.
Okay, the Achilles heel then. In terms of, look, you have the best defence in the league. You conceded less goals than Liverpool last year. You have
scored 5 today.
And yeah, you have an incredibly solid defence, no doubt. Going forward, you've added Eze, you have the magic, you have all the ingredients that you need to go forward and score enough goals to win the league. Again, no doubt. Do you have the manager?
Absolutely. I don't think there is another manager in world football that we could get right now that does better than Arteta and does another project. What are we going to do, build for 6 years again? Never. This is the boy we trust. Listen, if we go down to 4th and it starts, and you can tell when the wheels are falling off, then absolutely get him out. I was the first one shouting Wenger out. I never saw the good days. But with this boy Arteta, there's something about this team that's got everyone singing to the same hymn sheet. We keep going until it happens.
Mate, it's a good call, then. It's great to talk to you. I mean, this level of confidence and enthusiasm, it doesn't necessarily chime with the way I see things at Arsenal. I think that you're a really good team. I think you're the second best team in the league, no doubt. But I do have reservations that Arteta is the man to get you over the line. He should have won the league last year. At the beginning of the season, last year, if we had said that Manchester City don't win the league, if we had said Manchester City are going to lose 9 out of 11 games, who's going to therefore win the league? Everybody would have said Arsenal. The fact that Arsenal were pipped to that league, the fact that they didn't win the league the previous year, when at various points they were the best team in the country, didn't they win 17 out of 19, the final 19 games of the season? And they still didn't win the league because they lost when it really mattered to Aston Villa. So I'm not convinced, but we're going to stay with Arsenal now. We're going to go back to the phone lines and we're going to speak to Gabby. Gabby, you're live on talkSPORT.
This is the Rory show. Listen, we had a chat. Remember when I said Verts weren't going to be all that and you were blowing his trumpet saying he was the best transfer of the window, and then you laughed because I said I'm going to get a membership when we signed Kepa.
Yeah, look, he's come back with receipts. Fair play, Gabby. You've come back with receipts.
Rory, do you know what? You know the only reason why Arsenal won't win this Premier League this year if they don't, and it's due to Arsenal not being able to unlock it. And today for 30 minutes, I sat there or whatever it was up in the North Bank, and I thought, do you know what? It's not going to be one of them seasons, surely. And then I thought maybe it'd be a game of the substitutions, and then in the end they just unlocked it. But you know, there's a big long season, and as the previous caller said, a couple of big injuries to any team, and it's open field.
Yeah.
And now with Eze, today after I was thinking this game's screaming out for someone of Eze's talent and stature to come on, but it's all going to come. And now I've got an hour and a half. I've had a really bit of bad luck. I lost my dog recently, so I won the ticket yesterday morning at 7 o'clock on the ballot and find a little ticket exchange. So I'm happy as Larry. And I think Chelsea will be up there challenging as well. But, you know, I don't think Liverpool have got it as sewn up as you think. I think they've spent a lot of money and they've got a lot more gelling than what the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea have got to do. There's a lot more pieces to that puzzle that they've changed.
Gabby, could you hear the call? You know the call that was the previous call. Were you listening?
Yes.
Did you hear my reservations? I said that I think you've got the best defence in the league, the best keeper in the league, you've got a wonderful attack, you've got the magic and the unpredictability now of Eberechi Eze, the finisher in Gyökeres. And don't get me wrong, it's all sounding like very rosy over at the Emirates. Do you have the manager to win you a league title?
I think potentially, but I think any manager in the league with the players that they have their hands on, you know, Arteta's got a fabulous bunch. You know, even like you as a Chelsea fan would have screamed at the TV at Noni for many, many years. And Noni today, it looks like he was just rolling about in first or second gear. It was like he was kept on a leash. And I think once these players start to find the chemistry between one another, I think they're going to bowl people over big time. My biggest concern is, like I said, the likes of people like Tottenham starting to sort their defence out.
What is going on? Gabby, you're the third person to say that to me. What is going on?
Do you know what it is, Rory? As I told you before, I'm aware of everything in the surroundings. It's not just our little box, you know, and there's a lot of formalities with sides and players. You know, this
show has gone in the direction I didn't anticipate, though, because, Gabby, you're the third person, not only the third person, you're the third Arsenal fan that has said that they're slightly aware of a threat from Tottenham Hotspur. And don't get me wrong, Tottenham had a wonderful result today. They outplayed Man City. I thought Thomas Frank outthought Man City. His team, Sarr in particular, Richarlison in particular, they outfought Man City. They were far dominant. But what are we talking? What's going on?
Imagine, Rory, they go and they pick up 3 points at Stamford Bridge this season, the first time in 20-plus years. I think the tune could well and truly change. And I hope not. I hope that's not
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll cross that imaginary bridge when we get there, Gabby. I'm old enough to remember the 27 years that they didn't win at Stamford Bridge. 27 years.
I'll come back with the receipts, hopefully.
I believe you. You've done it again today.
But yeah, no, it's going to be the best season ever. Premiership, Championship, everything's geared up for the best. We're living the best years of our lives since the 90s, I think, in the Premiership. Stand me on that. I really do think that this is going to be the best season since the 90s of your Shearers, your Wrights, your Cantonars. I think
it could be. I do agree with you. There's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of teams that are going to do some wonderful things. I think we are in for a pulsating year. Gabby, great to talk to you. Really appreciate you taking the time to give me a ring. Make sure that you get in touch. 03717 223344. This is the Rory Jennings Show live on talkSPORT. What a day of Premier League action it was. Now, before we get back to the calls, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look ahead to the rest of the weekend's action. Everton take on Brighton. Game day live with Sam Matterface from Hill Dickinson Stadium tomorrow from 1:30 on talkSPORT. And I cannot wait for this game. Everton, they have to get off to a flyer, don't they? Surely they will win the opening fixture, the first Premier League fixture ever from their new ground. I wish them well. It's a shame. It's sad to say goodbye to Goodison Park, a truly historic, wonderful football stadium, but it is a new era. Everton from Hill Dickinson Stadium. Let us see how they get on. Crystal Palace take on Nottingham Forest as well. That is going to be a superb clash. There is a real air of venom and antipathy between the two clubs, and there is a rivalry that is brewing. It's going to be very interesting to see how that one goes, and I am really looking forward to this one as well. Fulham take on Manchester United. That is from Craven Cottage. Very interesting to see who Manchester United are off the back of their draw with Arsenal their defeat to Arsenal last week. It was positioned that it was going fairly well for Manchester United. I think a lot of Manchester United fans were of the opinion that that was a decent result. So let us find out now exactly who they are. Are they capable to build off the back of the positive defeat to Arsenal, if we're going to position it that way, and get the 3 points against Fulham? And Monday evening, live on talkSPORT, huge game of this round of fixtures. Newcastle United take on Liverpool. It is a rivalry that is brewing. It is a vital 3 points for both teams, and it is going to be a fascinating spectacle. I really cannot wait for that fixture. I'm really, really looking forward to it. We're now going to go straight back to the phone lines, and we're going to speak to Sean, the Liverpool fan, off the back of me building up that fixture there. Sean, how are you feeling about going to St James's Park on Monday night?
I think it's going to be a classic. I think it's going to be up there with the clashes in the 90s. Only a couple of 4-3 games you have to do it at Anfield. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. Obviously, the Isak situation is probably going to make one hell of an atmosphere. Obviously, St James's Park is fantastic anyway. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a bit heated. I think it might be a flashback to the 90s, to be honest, with a few tackles flowing in. But, yeah, besides that, by the way, Rory, first time I'm speaking to you, nice to meet you. I do watch your channel. I watch your channel on YouTube.
That's very kind of you, mate.
I really respect you because you're not a bitter Chelsea fan.
I have my moments, but that's very kind of you to say.
I think when I listened to your show last week and the comment you had where someone called you the Simon Cowell, I think on talkSPORT or something, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of take that. I think that it's something. I've certainly been called worse. I've been called worse today. Yeah.
A couple of things I want to agree with you as well, by the way.
Go on.
Firstly, Tottenham fans, they need to pipe down. They've done it a couple of seasons in the past. I'm sure you probably remember already. They've been top of the league in the first couple of games after 3 or 4 games, and they start getting excited, thinking, oh, we're going to win the league. 10, 15 games later, they're going down, 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 down. You know what I mean? And then on the Arsenal tune, you said you hate it. It's up there for me alongside with Everton's tune, where they say, we don't care what the red side say.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you don't care what we say, why mention us in your song? It's like you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm with you. I'm with you. That North London forever. I know. I'm not meant to like it. It's not aimed at me at all, is it? But yeah, for some reason, it massively winds me up.
Yeah, but regarding Monday, yeah, I think it'll be a great game. But I don't know about you, but to be honest, the Isak thing, I can't wait for the transfer window to close now. To be honest, it's dragging on so much, the Isak thing, and even Gooey for Crystal Palace. It's over the last couple of days, it's going to be absolutely mental, and it could be the most exciting transfer day.
Do you know what, Sean? I don't know if you saw it, but Jamie Carragher wrote a piece. He wrote an article in the Telegraph over the weekend, and he basically said that if Liverpool don't get this Isak deal over the line very soon, they need to walk away from it and get someone else in. They need to almost draw an arbitrary line on the end of the transfer window with regard to their pursuit of Alexander Isak, because what they can't do is chase Isak right until the very last moments of the transfer window. The window closes and they're left, as he puts it, with three forwards, that are 3 archetypal forwards. One of them is going to go away to AFCON. Do you agree with Carragher? Do you feel like it's Isak? Or do you feel like they have to get someone in, anyone in, or do you feel like it's Isak, and if not Isak, wait for the right time to get him?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Jimmy Carragher, I love I love him as a player and as a pundit, but I've seen your video over that, to be honest, and I agree with what you said. To be honest, I don't think... I believe he said it's either if we don't get Isak, well, we're not going to win the league.
Yeah, I think he basically said if you don't get a full... I don't think it was specific to Isak. He said Isak is the dream, but I think Jamie Carragher said that if you don't get another forward in, somebody to replenish and reinforce the front line that you have, if you don't get someone else in, and by someone else, maybe Rodrigo from Real Madrid, Carragher basically said that you won't win the league.
I think it's a bit ridiculous, that comment, to be honest. I do think we need somebody else in, because obviously we've lost Diaz, we've lost Nunes, and sadly, because of circumstances, we've lost Jota, sadly. But we do need someone else in, but whether that affects us winning the league, it's a long way to go yet. Anything can happen. I mean, Saka went off injured today.
Yeah.
Will he be fit next week?
Do you know when I look at the Liverpool options, when you think about the players that they have in terms of like a goal scoring sense, obviously Florian Wirtz is added to the front line. Not necessarily the front line in its truest form, but he's a goal scorer and a goal provider. Hugo Ekitike is already on the score sheet in his Premier League, scoring on his debut last week at Anfield. I feel like, looking at it from the outside looking in at Liverpool, I don't feel that scoring goals is going to be the problem. I worry more about the back line. Maybe the midfield could do with some replenishments.
Exactly, I totally agree, and I think no Liverpool fan will disagree with you. Obviously, I was at the Community Shield the other week, and we were shocking at the back. Obviously, you watched it yourself, and then last week, obviously, we blew a 2-goal lead. Yeah, Gravenberch wasn't playing, but obviously, Canarte had an absolute shocker. At the moment, if from now till the transfer window, if we can only have either a striker or a defender, to me, it's get a defender.
Yeah.
Because that's more important than a striker. Scoring goals for this team is not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's defensive, and I mean, Frimpong is great going forward. He's injured. Obviously, Bradley's going to play on Monday, but Bradley is like Gomez. He constantly gets injured. I can say anything about Trent. I mean, he wasn't the greatest defender. I mean, he's played for Madrid the other night, and he's been ripped, hasn't he, already, by the Spanish press about someone that have been saying he's not even Madrid worthy. I think that's a bit harsh. He's only played one game in La Liga, but I did say when he was leaving, he's got to open his eyes, because the press over there, as you know yourself, they are horrible. The worst in the English press, you know what I mean? But
it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how it goes for him. It really will. It really will, especially in the Champions League. You know, history will tell us that there's a major chance that he'll end up coming back to Anfield or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see the reception that he gets. Sean, I must say it's been an honour to talk to you, sir. Great call, really insightful, and I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you very much. We're going to stay with the phone lines now, and we're going to change direction. We're going to talk to a Chelsea fan, George. George, how wonderful was that yesterday?
Oh, absolutely beautiful, mate. Absolutely.
It's nothing quite like beating West Ham away. It really is a beautiful feeling. It's a very, very particular sensation, isn't it?
Oh, it's stunning, isn't it? The way we did it as well. But, you know, everyone's going on about Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool. But, you know, you got to look at Chelsea, really. They've got so much firepower. They've got so much there. The only problem is what I keep saying is the goalkeeper. You know, I'm just... Jury's out on that. It's been out for a long time.
I don't know if the jury's out, mate. I think the jury's coming with a verdict.
Yeah. But the thing is, with Chelsea, what I think has happened here is Maresca, you know, he's been learning on the job as well. He was learning on the job last season. Winning this Club World Cup that everybody, belittles, and like I've said on so many times when I come on this show on talkSPORT, the moment Liverpool or Man United get into the Club World Cup, you'll see that Club World Cup be the biggest tournament in the world, right? But right now, we've won it. We've got that momentum behind us, and Maresca has brought something in that is a togetherness, and I think Chelsea have got that. You've seen it last night. Palmer got injured, unfortunately, warming up, and brought in the Brazilian kid. I can never pronounce his name properly.
Esteval.
Esteval. Yeah, we've got something special there. We've got something very, very, very special.
Oh, mate, he's a wonder kid. He's actually, I feel like what he is. Like, and I saw the Chelsea away, like the away end, giving it that Esteval, I like it, Like, it was in my head all day long. I think what we have here with regard to Esteval Willian is like a superstar, like a genuine superstar, like a future Ballon d'Or winner. I think he's honestly like poetry.
He is like poetry. And what Maresca is giving, do you know what Maresca reminds me of? And I don't know if it's the Italian thing or what. And the man will always be able to. Maresca got some kind of reality about him. He's got some kind of that presence of reality. Do you know what I mean? And it's a togetherness, and I just think Chelsea are doing that absolutely.
Yeah, that is a shame, because I couldn't quite hear the comparison that was being made there. But I think that he was about to say something very, very complimentary about Enzo Maresca, and I've had my reservations about Maresca, but it's impossible to not acknowledge the contribution. It's impossible to not acknowledge the fact that we won silverware in Poland, silverware in New York City, in front of the president, lifting silverware in front of the president of the United States, and obviously then battering West Ham, and that was joyful. Not only because it's a huge rivalry, one of our biggest rivals is West Ham United, but also it was lovely to get one over on Graham Potter. Watching Graham Potter just like totally clueless. All of Sunday's goals as they go in on our brilliant YouTube goals show tomorrow from 2. And then Majestic and former Newcastle and West Ham boss Alan Pardew are taking your calls from 6:30 right here on talkSPORT. But for now, keep your calls coming into us on 03717 223344. You can air your views to the nation live on talkSPORT on the Rory Jennings phone-in show on talkSPORT. There are only a few days left to enter our VIP competition as the NFL returns to Wembley Stadium in October. The LA Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box with full hospitality, plus $5,000 spending money in your skyrocket. But it all ends on Monday, so you have to get in quick. Here's how to enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by 25th August at 11 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. See talksport.com for terms and conditions.
Now, before we get back to your calls, let's hear from Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta.
Special moment. The team performed in a really strong way, scoring 5 goals, a clean sheet, and then we had very special moments throughout the game. Victor scoring his first 2 goals for the club. Julian, after a long time, and you scoring 2 goals as well, which is very bizarre but so pleasing to see. Mosque making his debut, and of course probably the highlight of the day as well, or one of them at least, Max as 15 making his debut, just feeling that energy and that joy around the crowd, and then making the impact that he had by winning the penalty and helping the team to score another goal.
Max Dowman, 15 years old, has made his Premier League debut. He's come off the bench.
What was it about him or how he's been that made you feel that he was ready to play at some point today?
Well, what you just seen here and all pre-season, that's every single day in training. He just copes with the circumstances, with the context, with the challenges that brings training and competing at this level at his age. But he goes over every hurdle every single day. He does it naturally. He's not asking for any attention. He just does it. His teammates believe in him. He gives him ball all the time. So, what a good sign.
Physically as well, he seems,
Yeah, he can carry the ball. He can run all day. He's very mature at his age. I mean, some of the data that he produced already last season, it was out of this world. So, another one on board.
Interesting words there from Mikel Arteta. We're now going to go straight back to the phone lines. We're going to speak to Chris, the Arsenal fan. Chris, what did you make of Mikel Arteta's words regarding Bukayo Saka?
Oh, God, I missed that last bit. I was daydreaming.
Oh, Chris, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
So
Yeah.
overall, Mikel Arteta's talking about Bukayo Saka. He's saying what a valuable player he is. If Bukayo Saka is injured, how significant is that going to be in terms of your chances of beating Liverpool next week?
Well, the reason we signed Eze, the reason we signed Noni, we got Martinez, we got Trossard, we got Gyökeres, we can't really worry too much about one injury. We've got massive depth now, and Liverpool are going to lose Salah, for example, for the African Cup of Nations, so we shouldn't be concerned at just about
I think that's
as good
right.
as he is and
That's
as
a right
great as
attitude.
he is. But I don't think so. Well, my biggest thing was people thinking that this Premier League is the most exciting, but if you really like football, it's not that exciting at times. I mean, it's just teams get behind the ball and it goes from side to side. The ball has to be moved quicker forward. It's quite underwhelming at times.
I think there's a world last season where you were certainly correct. There was no jeopardy. Liverpool had won the league by February. We kind of knew who was going down before a ball was kicked. I think you're right. Last year, there were moments where it may have felt slightly flat, simply because there was an element of predictability to it. I certainly don't feel like that this year. I feel totally inspired by it this year, don't you?
No, not the way some of the games are going. They're like a game of chess. I mean, the most exciting. If you watch Liverpool, Bournemouth last week, as much as I hate to say it, Liverpool can play various different ways. They go short, they go long, they go into space, and they move the ball quickly. And at times, Arsenal don't move the ball quick enough.
Yeah, but Chris, we've seen Arsenal score 5 goals today. We saw Chelsea score 5 goals.
Chelsea will look good attacking as well. I don't think they're that great, in the defence, but they look good going forward. Even the lunchtime game, it wasn't the.
Chris, I'm surprised. I thought you're quite flat considering that you've just won 5-0.
Yeah, because you ain't going to, no disrespect to Leeds, you're not going to play Leeds ever. Even last week against Man United, that was a bad performance. Yeah, we got away with one there.
No, Chris, it was a good performance. You go away to Old Trafford. You go away to Old Trafford on the opening day of the season. The Stretford End in full voice. They were up for it. They got their new signings. They were feeling very, very enthused.
I get that, but when you win the ball, you move the ball quickly. All you're doing when you don't move the ball quickly, you're allowing the teams to, everyone gets behind the ball as they are, and then you have to break them down. The emphasis has to be on you. So, and then it's obvious what's going to happen. Teams know how to set up.
So what do you think then? What do you think this year? How's it going to go for Arsenal?
I'm not sure. Look, if we could start moving the ball a lot quicker, getting the ball forward to break teams down easier, because when teams just sit up against like that, it's difficult to break them down. It just is, and it's just frustrating. And we have to move the ball a lot quicker. I mean, you saw, for example, last season, you watched Man City play Arsenal when we had 10 men. It was just going side to side to side. Even today against Tottenham, you just thought Man City would play until tomorrow, and they were never going to score. And I was just thinking to myself that, there's certain teams that have to.
Chris, because when I saw that I was going to speak to Chris as one of my final callers, the Arsenal fan, I was expecting you to be on cloud nine. I am surprised. Do you know what? It's been a joy to speak to you, Chris, but I've got to get to somebody a little bit more upbeat, and this is the call I've been waiting for. We are going to Coventry. Will, the Coventry fan. Sir, the floor is yours. Congratulations for many, many things.
Hi, Rory. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. How are you?
Absolutely buzzing today. Absolutely buzzing.
Mate, I just want a warning, a disclaimer to everybody listening to Talk Sport at the moment. This next 4 minutes could be a Frank Lampard loving.
Absolutely buzzing. Woke up this morning, got a text from a mate saying we actually own a ground. We've got somewhere to call home for the first time in over 20 years. I mean, since I've supported Cov, I've watched us play at Sixfield, at Blues, protests against the owners. Now we've got Super Frank as our manager as well, and he's absolutely turning it on. It's just a brilliant time to be a Cov fan at the moment.
And to batter Queen's Park Rangers as well. Not a better club to do it to, is there?
Oh, they didn't even turn up. They were poor. We were brilliant, but they were rubbish. They were a really bad side, but we were brilliant. Hopefully a week left of the window. We've kept on to all of our big players. Hopefully Frank with his links can maybe get a few Chelsea loans in just to give us a bit of extra depth in the team.
Obviously, you got so close to promotion last year. You did so well. There was a run that you went on, wasn't there, towards the end of the season that really did drive you up the table. I think it was just going so well. Ultimately fell short in the playoffs, but you can certainly bow out of those with your heads held high. This season, no? What do you reckon? Do you think you can do it? Is the dream automatic? Do you feel like you can actually get there?
Well, last few seasons, I think it's quite known for Coventry to have a poor start. Obviously, at the time when we got rid of Robbins last year, I was completely against it. He deserved a bit longer at the club, but we've actually started the season the way we finished it, which could be the difference between, playoffs and automatics. You look at the teams who've come down, none of them have actually really set the world alight. Ipswich haven't won yet. Southampton lost today. Leicester are struggling. They're a bit of a financial trouble at the moment.
There is a world where you can do it. And how impactful has the appointment of Frank Lampard been? He's done a remarkable job at the club, hasn't he?
Oh, he's done wonders. He's done wonders. I absolutely loved Mark Robins, but when I heard Frank coming in, I was probably one of few Coventry fans who were absolutely buzzing about the appointment. Probably gets a bit of unfair criticism on, his times at Chelsea, Everton.
Yeah, because he scored. Also, the reason he gets all the stick is because he scored against everyone time and time again.
Yeah, exactly that. I've seen as well. I've seen you've been to a few Cov games, Rory. Saw your little Insta post with Frank.
Yeah. I went up with a few Chelsea fans. We went to a game last year, a game against Stoke. You won it in the last minute, 3-2.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But no, it's a brilliant time to be a Coventry fan at the moment, and hopefully, it's not just a good start, and we can carry it on after the international break as well.
Amazing, truly a joyful day for Coventry City, battering Queen's Park Rangers 7-1, and more significantly, in fact, owning their own ground. Great club, and I'm delighted for what's happening. Will, keep in touch. Give us a call on another show, on another episode of the Rory Jennings Show on talkSPORT. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. That's all from me tonight. And as always, thank you to everybody for calling into the show. I'll be back from 7:30 next week, taking more of your calls after a huge day of Premier League action. And whatever you do not miss talkSPORT's live and exclusive coverage of Newcastle taking on Liverpool on Monday night from 7:30. Coming up next, it's Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davis on Fight Night, and I'll see you all next Saturday. Ta-da!